Welcome to the greatest GAMERTAINMENT channel on earth. My name is V4mpirits and today we're talking about the future of Diablo 4 and my thoughts about the game so far. As a Diablo fan since Diablo 1 released and a top tier hardcore ladder player, I can't wait to continue my journey. But will I get a satisfying one? Well, let's see where our doubts are and what we know so far. First of all, the expectations are really low. As we saw in Diablo Immortal and Diablo Resurrected, even a company like Blizzard can make a ton of wrong decisions and ruin a game like Diablo in seconds. Especially the pay-to-win aspect in Diablo Immortal broke my heart. Diablo lives from hours of grinding for the right gear, and your power should be independent from the thickness of your wallet. Don't get me wrong, I think there should be options to spend more money on Diablo, but it should not affect the numbers. Cosmetics, more inventory, pets, mounts, all this stuff, like Path of Exile does it, is totally okay, but there shouldn't be a way to buy power in any way. In terms of new content adding into the game and microtransactions, Path of Exile is for me state of the art. But what we saw from Diablo 4 so far, like the skill tree, for example, it won't be that far off. I mean, even the Necromancer can decide if he has tanky skeletons or skeletons with more damage, or if the golem has 20% life leech, or you can just sacrifice the golem and you'll get 20% damage reduction overall. We also have this new beautiful skill tree, and also the paragons are getting tables and are not just numbers anymore. All those things are discussed by a lot of content creator and Diablo 4 fans out there on a lot of platforms, but there are a few more things I want to talk about. The first thing is the power difference between the 5 characters. One thing Blizzard always did well was balancing. We know it from StarCraft and Overwatch. Balancing all these heroes and factions together was always on point at Blizzard, and it was really important for the devs. So I hope we get also a balanced Diablo 4. But when I'm thinking back about the start of Diablo 3, then I can remember when I first hit the Hell difficulties, or the highest difficulty in the game, I ran out from New Tristram and I couldn't even kill a single zombie, and he chased me to New Tristram and killed me in front of Daggett Kane. If you would ask me now with which character I will start the game when it will be released in maybe 2023, then it would be probably the Necromancer or the Druid. But what if the Barb can do everything 20% faster, because he has just more power and his skills just are more powerful than those from the Necro or the Druid? Well, this is the one thing I really hope they will balance better than in Diablo 3. Because when I started playing Diablo 3, my starting class was the Witch Doctor, because I really thought that this is a such well thought character, and I just love spider snakes and all those stuff. But it turned out that it was pretty hard to keep up with the others. In Diablo 3 it wasn't that important for me. Yes, it was annoying, I couldn't follow my friends because they just killed a lot more and they had a lot more sustain with their barbs, for example, and my witch dog I just couldn't get the build running. But in Diablo 4 it's much more important for me, because as a content creator you compete with the best of the best, and you want to be on the tippity top, like ahead of all the others. And when you choose the wrong class at the start, there's no chance that you can catch up to them. So I hope they really think about the balancing between the 5 characters, and I hope they give every character the chance to finish the campaign in about the same time. I also hope that there won't be a support meter anymore. For me as a monk main, after I switched from Witch Dog to Monk, it wasn't even possible to do Greater Rifts on a higher level in a proper amount of time. You always needed that damage dealer, and as monk you always had to gear as support. Man, in Diablo I wanna kill stuff, I wanna kill tons of enemies, and I do not wanna run around another player just to give him more power or make him more powerful. It's just not a funny Blizzard. What I also really wish is that they take the money from the in-game store and use it for content creation. To add more areas, or more NPCs, or just more in-game depth. Because I don't think that it's a good way to add more content by just pushing the numbers of the equipment and the items into the stratosphere. Item-wise, I really love what Blizzard is doing in Diablo 4. There are so many ways to equip your character the right way and not only playing with set items. In Diablo 3 you just had no choice. You needed this one set, what was the powerful, most powerful, maybe there were two sets which are pretty at the same power level, but you had to take one of those and make a build running out of it if you want to compete in higher rifts. And I really think that it's a great improvement that special and unique ancient weapons are now usable in an endgame build. I'm really excited about the movement part. In Diablo 3 it was pretty static with your hero. Yes, you had to dodge some things. I mean, the Demon Hunter was a pretty agile class, also the Monk. But the thing what I saw, like jumping down from your horse and getting ready for battle, or jumping from the horse directly into the battle with a fight animation, and dodging attacks and doing more crit damage or getting more crit chance by hitting enemies from behind, is a pretty cool part, and I hope they will make movement more important in Diablo 4 than it was in Diablo 3. Finally, and one of the most important things for me is, will it look good and will it feel good? I played a couple hundred hours of Path of Exile, and the reason why I never got into Path of Exile is that it looks so much worse than Diablo. And what we saw from Diablo 4 is just outstanding. It's dark, you have a lot of teeth, horns, blood, monsters, density, powerful attack animations. It's exactly how I want my Diablo 4, and I cannot imagine what you can do better, because it just looks exactly how I wanted a Diablo 4 to look like. The second important question is, will it feel good? My Path of Exile character never felt that powerful, or maybe the fights weren't that big and powerful like they were in Diablo 3. And what I saw from Diablo 4 so far, it's exactly what I want. You have a screen full of enemies, skeletons, demons all over the place, and you're hitting a big combo and you're just destroying tons of monsters with this big combo, and it just feels like you have more power than Thanos. What do you think about Diablo 4? Do you also have some doubts? Or are you just hyped for the game? And what do you think about my opinion? Just write it down in the comments below. Maybe you can subscribe and ring the bell. And for me, I can't wait to get my hands on Diablo 4. Even there are some doubts, but as a fan of the first hour, I'm so excited to continue the journey. I started back in about 1996 when I was a 12-year-old boy, playing Diablo for the first time. And I can tell you one thing, Diablo, you still don't stand a chance.